I'm going to call to order the City Council meeting for the City of Rainbow City for Monday, January 26, 2026. I'm going to ask Brother Gary Cardwell if he'll lead us in the invocation to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you stand?
Let's pray. Lord, again, we ask for your presence as this Rainbow City Council meeting convenes today. We are thankful for each council member's leadership and service to our communities, and also that they continue with professionalism and wisdom as they lead. And we again appreciate the assistance of our legal counsel and city clerk as well. We also appreciate each city department and every employee that works so hard to provide vital services for our communities. We are so thankful also for our police and fire departments who are always ready to respond and on the front lines every day to protect our businesses and schools and citizens. We also pray for their safety as well, and we also continue to ask your continual blessing on a wonderful city. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you turn your cell phones to off or vibrate position, we appreciate it. And I'll ask Beverly if she'll do a roll call.
Please.
Jerry Ramsey.
Here.
Randy Vice.
Here.
Jeff Prince.
Here.
Jamison Jenkins.
Here.
Clark Hopper.
Here.
Mayor Taylor.
Here. Number 5 is approve the minutes of the regular meeting of January 12th of 2026. And I'd entertain a motion that we do so.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 6 is to award the bid for 2 police Tahoes or SUVs. And we had a bid opening previous to this in our pre-council. And we had one bidder, and that was Donahue Chevrolet, and it was for $48,466.50 each. And I would entertain a that is per unit, and I'd entertain a motion that we purchase those 2 units.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 7 is to let the record reflect that the Titan paint sprayer from the street department was sold January 13, 2026 for $2,129 on GovDeals. Number 8 is personnel change, and that's to accept the retirement of Carl Johnson from street department effective March 1st of 2026, and is post for 2 full-time laborer positions in the street department for 10 days to end on Friday, February 6th of 2026. And I'd entertain a motion that we accept those personnel changes.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9 is surplus in the police department. The list is shown below and is on our agenda, and the items will be destroyed as they are broken. And I'd entertain a motion that we surplus those items.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 10, and this is talking about distribution of some of our opioid money, and I would ask that what would be the pleasure of the council? And this is something that we discussed in our work session. We took 10 off of
Okay.
the previous 10 off.
Okay. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that from our opioid settlement money that we make a $10,000 donation to Whatever It Takes Addiction Prevention, and then a $7,500 to Neighborhood Bridges of Etowah County.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number, let's see, we're down, man, we went fast. We'll go to any public comments. Is there anyone here that'd like to speak? Frank, do you want to come up and just Clark will get you hooked up so that we can get you on. If you just give us your name and address for the public record.
Yes. Thank y'all. My name is Frank Langdon. I live at 10 Windward Loop in Ohatchee, Alabama, 36271. Thank you so much for that. Basically, a lot of people knew me from around town. I lived most of my 30 years in Alabama in Rainbow City, in Windy Hill and Lee Estates, and then Southside, now recently Ohatchee. But I retired from the FBI after 28 plus years fighting crime. I ran some stuff, violent crime task force and safe streets and gangs, fighting the drug war, negotiator and crimes against children coordinator, all that. But while I was doing that, my oldest boy I found out later, developed a serious drug problem where he was addicted to crystal methamphetamine and heroin, which is all fentanyl. So only about 5 at the most ever escape from that, and then they have to fight it every day of their life. Usually they live a miserable existence. So by the grace of God, miracle, my son runs his own branch of a mortgage company in Dothan and speaks to tens of thousands of students about the evils of drugs in the Wiregrass area, and also up here at Southside High School, Rainbow Middle, Westbrook, Ohatchee High School, and I can't, I would, other than losing a son or a child to death, nothing is worse than that. They're living dead. It's just a matter of time before they drop dead. It's like a walking corpse. So basically, a lot of people pick fights in this world. People don't want to live like that. The leading cause of death for 18 to 40-year-olds is overdose. That's sad. That's like a plane, like a jumbo jet crashing every day in this country, every day. Nobody survives. And also the second leading cause of death, would you wonder? Suicide. Also fueled by the drug addiction problem. People see no way out, no hope. So this addiction prevention, whatever it takes, addiction prevention, my son wrote in the throes of his addiction on a dry erase board, whatever it takes, I want to live. And through the grace of God and a lot of people in his life, you know, he is able to fight that fight. And when he speaks at these schools, you can hear a pin drop. He's passionate. He's a dynamic speaker. He's going to be the keynote speaker at the state's Youth Summit on Substance Abuse in Montgomery in March. I go and just speak about what it does to a family. And it can happen to anybody. It happened to me. Like I said, I'm out there fighting the war on drugs, and the evil slips in the back door. And like I was saying, a lot of people pick fights in this world. Well, this fight picked me. And I appreciate you guys helping me and my son try to keep the next kid from ever trying it, because you've got to stop them from trying it, because, and Camp can attest to this, and we're out there using informants and buying drugs, pound levels of meth in the middle of housing projects in Birmingham and awful places. That's all cartel meth. That's 98% pure crystal methamphetamine, which is horrible. It's not the meth that people used to make in their little bathroom shake and bakes, which was bad enough. But and then the heroin's horrible, fentanyl's worse. So and a lot of people that are addicted to one are addicted to both, because you can't stay up for 4 days and not sleep forever. So they self-medicate and they do both. So yeah, I appreciate everything you guys said, and I appreciate the donation tremendously. If there's anything I can do for you guys in any way, just give me a call. Everybody here knows me, knows my number. But thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? Thanks.
We appreciate you, Frank. Yeah, Frank came to me about a week or so ago, and we found this as a way to be able to not only intervene, but to educate. And I think that's a great use of our opioid funds. And Frank and our chief, Camp Yancey, they work together on a crime task force. And I think that just knowing what his heart is, and knowing that he has direct experience, not only in his occupation, but also in his family life, is what means more to us than anything that you can imagine. And we appreciate your heart, Frank.
Absolutely.
With that, is there anyone else, any of the department heads that would like to speak? I guess I'll move on to council comments, and we'll start with Mr. Hopper.
Thank you. I've known Frank a long time, and I hate that you have to go through that, but it is a family problem. And I come from an extra large family. There's a whole bunch of us. Especially when they used to get pulled over and get tickets. You know my cousin Clark, okay? But the reality of it is, just like what Frank was talking about earlier, and it got me to thinking, I've got family. I was so much older when my dad and my stepmom got married that I wound up being the oldest grandson. And I mean, I'm like 13 years older than a lot of them, you know. And we've got, you know, I've got a cousin I ain't seen in years. Ain't no telling what she's doing to make her, get her drugs. My ex-wife's got one. They've had a Narcan, and she got thrown out of the drug den right across the street from 13th place up on 12th Street. So I know a little bit what you go through. And Frank, we've known each other, and it's harder on people like us that's in law enforcement or even firemen, because we're gone and we do get naive with it. And where I'm going with this is talk to your children, spend time with children, and realize your family's got to come first. Sometimes when you're an investigator, it's hard. You get caught out in the middle of the night, okay? And you're gone for days. I mean, I worked homicide for 20 years, probably about 16 to 17 years. And I might be gone for days, and my boys and my wife wouldn't see me. But along that lines, you know, I'm very proud that this council is helping you. Just like I'm proud when we help Trent's wife with her business or her rehab center.
Clinic 5, yes.
Yeah.
And I should have mentioned that, I see Trent, my son, you know, he went there as part of his rehabilitation, his drug rehabilitation, and, you know, Suboxone, I think is what he was on. You know, that saved his life till he could get to the point where he didn't need Suboxone. You know, he doesn't vape, he doesn't do anything. But that was something that is there to save people. If they do it right, then, you know, it's, the alternative is they're gonna use, and it's only a matter of time before they're gonna die.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine, Frank, you're fine. Like I said, it's just, my main thing is, I talked there when it first came to Etowah County, and we would talk with the parents. My message in 1990 is the same as it is in 2025. You've got to spend time with your kids. Alabama, Auburn football can wait. Braves baseball can wait. Spend time with your children and pay attention to little things, because that's where you'll miss it. You're not paying attention to the little things, the little behavior. You just, oh, they're just teenagers. When they misbehave and they act out, you probably just need to pay a little bit more attention. And one more thing, Camp, I want to thank you guys from the Hopper family. We're not going to call the individual's name. I couldn't do it when we had our last council meeting because of the fact being sentencing hadn't passed. But our juvenile, whose predator got 3 life sentences plus 20 years, is my cousin. We honored her right here, right off the bat, for making All-Stars. And I'm gonna tell you, I got more calls on Investigator Pales, how he handled himself, how he took the fire, how he testified. You let that boy know, I appreciate it, because I'm gonna tell you, they kept it from me. I didn't know about it till I was in Salt Lake City when my brother called and told me. Because he was a bailiff in the courtroom and had to flip-flop. But people sometimes don't realize, you know, in law enforcement, we'll hit a homer, we'll hit a foul, and sometimes we strike out, and I think we hit a homer on that. Thank y'all.
Mr. Jenkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll just start, Frank, by reiterating a lot of stuff that Clark already said, and I'll just say that most of the time, cops, like us, when we're in law enforcement, we like to put on the persona that we have everything together, our life's in good shape, we got everything going on. And the truth of the matter is, and I think both of y'all and Camp would agree with this, is that we all have things going on in our personal lives. And in my experience, police officers and anybody in law enforcement usually has more stuff going on in their personal life than the rest of the general public. That's just true, and there's a reason for that we won't get into. But I want to say that I appreciate the fact that instead of acting like this didn't occur in your life and that everything's good and everything's fine, you chose to stand up and use it for good. And a lot of people would not have done that, and I really, really appreciate the fact that you and your son have made the decision to do that and to use it for good. The other thing that I want to say is a huge thank you to our street department. A lot of those guys are in the room with us right now. Brent, Cody, really appreciate everything that you guys have done the last couple of days. I was actually all over the county today for work, and I will say that there were more roads treated in the city limits of Rainbow City on my drive to the office than there were in the rest of the county that I was in, and I was on the east side and the west side, and that's a fact. So props to Rainbow City.
Mr. Prince.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to everybody here. It's good to see everybody out there in the crowd tonight. And I'm going to start with what Jameson just left off with, our public utilities and street department. And it is refreshing to hop on Facebook and see us, not us, but you guys taking a proactive stance to treat our roads and let people know that we are taking things serious. Luckily, we dodged a bullet. I credit myself for buying a generator for that, but you know, that, I don't know if that's actually what, it could have been a warm front instead of the generator, but in all seriousness, thank you guys for what you do and being proactive and out there. And I know it's hard work. I know Cody likes to play in the snow, and I hate he didn't get to, but maybe next time, Cody, okay? Frank, I've known Frank, I actually coached, and it's hard to call him John because I always said Jack. I'm gonna say Jack the first time, then John. I actually coached Jack 1 year in Little League. Great kid, same age as my child, my oldest. And Jameson and Clark are right, it can happen to anybody. And we all like to think that we're immune to this, and we live in the safest city in Alabama and this and that. The fact of the matter is, it's out there. And keeping our kids off of drugs is, should be our #1 priority. So I want you to tell John that how proud that I am and we are of him, and just like we are of you, for having the courage, like Jameson said, to stand up and fight this thing, and how effective he can be from somebody that has been there, done that. I know that he will do, I know God has a hand in this, and that gives me great joy that we were able to just help a little bit. So thank you for having the courage to stand up for this and for our kids. And that's all I have tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Ramsey.
I just want to thank Frank for coming here and speaking with everyone. That is that's a burden, you know, but it's also a gift to be able to do that and go help everyone. I came from a background where a lot of my friends and families did not make it through that, and they passed drug overdoses, gang violence. You know, my father battled it for years, so he was older and got involved in the ministry, but it always lingers in the background. So thank you for fighting the good fight. So we'll thank all our workers that have been hard at it, keeping the city safe here, keeping us moving. I want to personally thank Chief Yancey and Officer Sperling. You know, I had a car accident and they were just a phone call away. You know, that was pretty quick out there on the scene. Luckily, everybody walked away from that. So thank y'all for being there and getting out there very, very quick on that. Street Department, just congratulate Mr. Johnson on his retirement, of course. That's fantastic. So that's all I got, and I'll yield the rest of my time to Mr. Vice here. Thank y'all.
Mr. Vice.
Thank you. First of all, I want to echo the comments about streets and sanitation and all of our city workers in the preparation that we put forward for this ICE event. You've done a wonderful job and represented our city well. It's great to hear people comment about something other than negative things, and you guys knocked it out of the park. We really appreciate you guys. Whatever it takes, man, whatever a name, I love that name, because we have to do whatever it takes. If if it wasn't for organizations like your new organization and other organizations hitting at the causes, it sure does make the job of our first responders have to deal with results and effects. And when you can never lessen those, it helps everyone involved, and we really appreciate that. I know my son actually coached your son at one point, and so, it's amazing how everybody's connected. And as an educator, a lot of times we think about the kids, what we're dealing with the result of the poor decisions of their parents and what those decisions they have to make. And again, we appreciate the efforts that all of these organizations, including whatever it takes now. And I'm very proud that this council has been a part of helping you guys get this started, and we really appreciate it. It's also good to see Councilwoman Bedwell in attendance. Good to see you. The impact you had on the city is profound, and we know that. And thank you for coming, and Mr. Enzer and Mr. Thrasher, and all of the other folks here. I don't want to start naming names, I'll leave somebody out. But thanks again, and again, it's great with everything going on in the world right now, and in our country and everywhere else. It's great to live in a city that we serve our people, that we do the right thing, and we try to live by the golden rule, and I think we do a good job of that. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
Starting January 28, 2026, RSVP will have free tax service for seniors. We'll begin at the community center each Wednesday and Thursday from 11:30 to 3:30. The last day will be April 15th of 2026. It's been my job since Anita Bedwell left the council to embarrass her from time to time, and that's my plan tonight. And so I'm going to ask Anita if she would come up. You want to talk a little bit about this, James?
How come you just embarrass me all the time?
Well, that's my job.
So for those of you that don't know what this is for, Mike Rogers' office was able to assist us with having a flag flown over in Washington, D.C. in honor of Anita's time on the city council in the city of Rainbow City, which is a pretty daggum cool thing. And so we are now presenting that to her for her to be able to keep. We want to say thank you to Congressman Rogers. And I will just give credit to our mayor because he's not going to ask for it. He went out of his way to do this for Anita, and I'll also say that she is extremely deserving of this.
Extremely
so-
thankful for that too. But, yeah, y'all stand up and get behind me. How exciting.
All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We get one more, hang on.
He's having trouble getting us in that small angle.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. All right, good there.
I'm trying to follow
It's
the
so
camera.
Thank you, Joe. So, that is great. And so the reason for the delay.
Government shutdown.
Yeah, we didn't get to tell the whole story, but the government shutdown delayed it for like,
That's right.
a month.
Yes,
And so.
Which makes me believe that the government shut down because you were leaving.
Because we were late. Exactly right. Thank y'all. So, thank you very much.
You too, Beth.
I'm not shaking your hand.
So if you didn't hear what Anita said, the reason that it's taken us this long to get her flag in and the proclamation from Congress was because of the government shutdown. And that's just about driven me crazy, just to be honest with you, because we wanted to make sure that she was honored in the appropriate way. And now we've got to kind of finish it up. So anytime that we bring her in from now on, it's going to be just pure embarrassment. We're not going to give her a thing, I promise you that. But no, we appreciate this. This government ran for a long, long time with Anita Bedwell up here, helping to be a proponent and a part of the propulsion of this city has been because of her hard work and dedication to the city, and we appreciate that so much. And Anita, you know how I feel about you, and so I think this is a really, really nice way for us to begin to kind of close that chapter, to be able to open up another chapter with Anita continuing to work with our utility board, which if you're down there, she's now the chairman of our utility board, and we're just continuing to do good work down there, which is a part of our major infrastructure of this city, and I'm so thrilled that she would allow me to get the council to appoint her and continue her service that way. And with that, I would entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.